Excellency, dear students, dear Sorbonne management, dear professors, thank you for being with us this afternoon. Welcome to everybody. I immediately want to invite Professor Nathalie Braz, the Vice Chancellor of the University, to make her welcome and introduction remarks. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm very happy to see these places so crowded. It's not so often that we can have so many students in the same room and to assist to such very important talk. So I just want to have a very quick word because I know that I am not the one which is the most expected when you are coming from listening a talk on women in defense, military, and peacekeeping. Even it's really interesting for me, it's not me who will deliver the most impactant discussion today. I just want to welcome you and to say that even I won't be able to make a discussion or conference on this topic, it's something very important for me and for us at Sorbonne University Abu Dhabi. Of course, the place of the woman is absolutely something which is in our DNA at Sorbonne. And maybe if you had time to visit our university, you will see that the women have a very important place. The research woman, of course, the scientific woman, but not only. Secondly, it's really important for us because defense, it's something which is very important for us. We have many training, many programs dedicated for defense here in Sorbonne University Abu Dhabi, and not only in Abu Dhabi, but also in France. And it's really important to participate at all levels in this program to be able to have a role in defense, not only on the field, on the ground, but also in research in all the different sectors of defense. So for this reason, I want to thank all the organizers to this event. Of course, the CCI, which is a very important part of this event. Of course, the European Union. And I was saying just right now the importance for me of the European Union. I am a truly believer of the European Union, not only because it's my field of research, but also because I truly believe in the capacity of this sort of union to join people and to help to create peace in the world. And we saw it during the last decade. The construction of the European Union participate to this movement of peace and prosperity in a region. So I am absolutely delighted to see that European Union is here as a model, probably to help to create something in the region, and the region deserve probably more union within the citizen and within the population. So we are very happy to this event organized by the CCI, by European Union, and I want to thank also the Sorbonne team, Sorbonne Abu Dhabi teams, and of course the Career Center for all the job you have done to make this event possible. It's sometimes challenging to have such so many events, and we have a lot, and I am really happy to see SUAD as dynamic as it is right now, but I know that is sometimes challenging for the team, so I really want to enjoy this time to thank them. It's also something which is very important to have the opportunity to welcome such assembly, and for this reason I want to thank all the participants to this conference, because having this sort of event, it's also a way to discuss together and to have some brainstorming around such so important matter. And I want to let you the opportunity to discuss more together, and I hope that you will enjoy this time to brainstorm properly around defense, military, and peacekeeping, and of course the place of the woman in all those such important matters. Thank you very much, and I will give the floor to Lucie Berger, the ambassador for the European Union. Thank you very much.
Excellencies, Vice Chancellor, esteemed colleagues and students, thank you all for being with us today. My name is Lucy Berger, or Lucy Berger. It looks very French, but I am actually from the Czech Republic, just to clarify since the beginning. But it is a great honor for me to be here today at the Sorbonne University in Abu Dhabi, which is diversity of its own, and to promote diversity in careers for women at the same time. I would like to especially thank our guest speakers, Dr. Mouza al-Shehhi and Lieutenant Madenn Noury, for joining us today and for sharing their stories with us. Distinguished guests, as many of you may know, the European Union has a comprehensive policy framework aimed at promoting gender equality across the member states. Our approach to gender equality is anchored in the EU's treaties, which establish equality between women and men as a fundamental principle. Here in the United Arab Emirates, gender equality is also a key part of the legal and national fabric. Every week, I have the honor to meet many women across business, society, and government in important roles. The spirit of empowerment is as strong here as it is in Europe. Over the years, the EU has developed a range of policies, strategies, and action plans in the gender equality space, both in Europe and globally. We have some success stories and some failures behind us. And while there is no doubt that both our societies have made gender equality an important policy objective, challenges persist. For instance, the gender pay gap in the EU stands at 12.7% and has only changed minimally over the last decade. It means that women earn on average 13% less per hour than men. There are a number of reasons that contribute to the gender pay gap, but one of them is career stereotype. In fact, around 1/4 of the gender pay gap is related to the overrepresentation of women in relatively low-paying sectors such as care, health, and education. Highly feminized jobs tend to be systematically undervalued. Balancing the percentages of women and men in defense, military, and peacekeeping roles remains a global challenge for almost every society. Across the EU, to different degrees, men far outnumber women in the military and similarly in peacekeeping. For instance, only 5% of women participate in the military actions of the European Common Security and Defense Policy. When we look at leadership roles, as of last year, only in 7 of the 27 member states, women held senior defense or security-related ministerial positions. Yes, we traditionally think of these areas as somehow reserved for men, but we should ask, is it really traditional? Here in the Emirates, over 30 years ago, the Khawla bint al-Azwar Military School was established as the first all-female military academy in the region, again, showing how the Emirates have taken a leading role in this domain, and it is an important center for training female peacekeepers for the region and beyond. Yet, as many of you may know, Khawla bint al-Azwar is not just a name. She was a legendary warrior from right here in the Arabian Peninsula, who lived nearly 15 centuries ago. And, of course, as we are at Sorbonne, most of you know the story of Joan of Arc from the early 1400s, the French female warrior who surprised much of Europe with her bravery and skills. There are many thousands of women which history has not necessarily remembered who served their societies in this domain. So maybe women's presence in defense, in the military, and peacekeeping is actually more traditional than we often think. We hope that listening to our speakers today, some of you will find an inspiration and may reflect on future careers somehow in the defense space, whether through studying foreign languages, engineering, law, and even management. In that sense, today's career talk, one of many that we plan to organize across different topics, is about highlighting unique, successful women who have distinguished themselves in military and peacekeeping roles, both in the EU and here in the Emirates. It is also to help remind us that whether you are from the UAE or from the EU, both our societies have worked very hard over many generations to open doors for young women to walk through. So as you listen to Dr. Mouza and Lieutenant Noury, please always remember there may be more open doors for you than you thought. Don't be afraid to walk through. Thank you.
Hello. Bonjour. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Roda Al-Mreikhi. I'm a product of Sorbonne. So I am you in 12 years. I did my bachelor's, actually my DU, Diploma Universitaire, so I did FLE. I did my bachelor's and my master's here in Sorbonne. I'm very proud of Sorbonne, and today I am here to be your moderator for this session as my role as the president of the Alumni Council at Sorbonne. I'm really very excited today's session, and I'm also very happy to see actually a room not just full of women, but men and women equally, which is great. I would like also to thank Sorbonne and everything that Sorbonne is doing. Fellow students, Sorbonne will take care of you even after you graduate. So you're in good hands with Sorbonne. I would like to also thank the EU for this opportunity, for having these sessions, these talks. And now, without further ado, I would like to invite our fellow panelists. And let's start with Dr. Mouza, Colonel Dr. Mouza Shehhi. On stage, please. Dr. تفضلي. And I would like to also welcome Lieutenant Madenn Noury on stage, please. Thank you. You sit on the left side because I'll be in the middle, okay? And now let the show begin. So let's start by introductions. So I gave you a quick overview about me as a person, as a Sorbonne alumni. My day job, by the way, is I'm a director of outreach at Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence. I'm also an entrepreneur and an investor, and I love life, community building, and everything that has to do with women empowerment. With me, my panelist, Dr. Mouza Shehhi, who, before reading her bio, I was interested to get to know her. So I spent a few minutes, I would say, getting to know her, and she is a true trailblazer, guys. Dr. Mouza Shehhi is a colonel, but before being a colonel and joining the military, she is a physician by profession. So she started as a doctor, she joined the military, and in the military, she was very passionate about growing, developing, and she created the sports medicine field to ensure that all our soldiers are fit, physically and mentally as well. Not only that, she also transitioned from a military role to join a civilian role. So change can happen and you need to embrace change. And she joined and developed. I don't want to spill all the information that I got, but it's truly inspiring what she has been doing in this field. She also evolved to join the United Nations as an executive director, working on women empowerment and as a liaison representing the UAE today. Very proud of you, Dr. Mouza Shehhi. We need more of you في الدنيا. Now moving to my next panelist, who again I'm also proud of her, Lieutenant Madenn Noury, who is young but has achieved a lot in her career, having ventured into communications, working on different sectors. And today she is representing the French naval, or I would say the French armed forces in communications. So you don't have to be a soldier to join the military or the defense sector, but you can work in communications. And there are many interesting stories that we'll be hearing from her today that will inspire you to think of your career and what are the next steps for it. Now, enough of me talking, بس لو سمحتوا clapping, لو سمحتوا. And by the way, whenever we engage in any panel discussions, I want it to be a two-way thing. So if any one of you has any question, feel free to raise your hands and ask questions, because today we're going to be inspired by these ladies, and I'm going to start with the first question. اللي هو. So both of you have went into a field that is considered tough, okay? And especially for women, it's tough to be in the military or in the defense sector. My question is, what inspired you? What made you take on this path? And was there a moment that you feel, thank you, this is where I belong? This question will be to both of you. Let's start with Dr. Mouza and get to know why. Why the military, Dr.
Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank you about inviting me and the Sorbonne University about inviting me to this event and being in front of this beautiful student here today. And thank you for Rawda. I think you are mentioning all my, title, and I forgot some of them, to be honest.
I was proud, so we have to.
Thank you. Yeah, I just would like to talk about myself in a simple way. I start my life as a physician, and I study in Arabian Gulf University in Bahrain, because all my life I was thinking to be a doctor, because to support and to reduce the pain of the human being. And this is the main target. That's why I choose to be a doctor in general. After I graduate from Arabian Gulf University, I know that there was sponsorship from military to do postgraduate, and all my family actually they are in the military. My dad is an officer, so I joined the military, and the first work I did in the military being a doctor in emergency medicine. And from that day, because when I finished medicine, I was thinking like, what is next step? But I was not able to understand which field I will choose. But after having like 2 years in emergency, and I saw a lot of people dying from heart attack and also from accident and a lot of things, I was thinking to do something like more prevention. So I was discussing with the leaders, and they said it would be better to go and work on prevention medicine plus sport medicine to make the people more healthier and more fit. And will suit also being a soldier in the military. I went to UK, London, Queen Mary University, and I studied master in sport medicine. And after finishing my master, also returned back in the military, and I was working in physiotherapy department. But it's always in my mind, I said, like, this is not enough. I think there is something also missing. I need to do something more. I don't know, this is my character. And I decided also to do my PhD in exercise and medicine, and specifically with women, to make sure how can we make our life healthier, better, so it will reduce the medical problem, and our life will be better for the future. This is why I chose the military, and I think also I'm always thinking like to do something better for my country. Being in a career, it's not only for you, it's for you and for your country. So being a doctor in the military, it will give me more chance to be a part of a defense system in our country, and this is why I chose the military. And I always also would like to be with a rank. And be
a high rank,
colonel in the military. And I did my military training in Khawla Military School, which was established 1990. Yeah, this is briefly why I chose the military and why I become like a doctor in the military.
Amazing. So I just want to recap on certain things that she's said, and for you, my fellow friends, take note. So she said, first is it's something in the family, so it runs in the family. Okay. So maybe you can pursue something within the family. Second, she talked about opportunities. She had an opportunity for a scholarship, like many of you here, an opportunity for a scholarship. And she talked about passion, innovating, and also being proud and making our country proud. So all these elements made her choose the military and will make you as well choose your future career. Now I'm going to shift to Lieutenant Madenn. What made you join the naval forces?
So, hi everybody.
French naval forces.
So for me, I didn't have any military in my family, so I didn't know the military environment or military work. So I did a business school in France, and I did a master degree in communication in a company. So you work part-time in a school, and then you go at the end of the week in a company. And I was saying that at the end of my year, I can't start the work life like that, because I don't like it. Like, I don't have any sense. I don't fit with the people. I don't know. And so I search, I look at internet, I talk to my friends. I was saying I will go around the world to save, I don't know, like environment, all of this kind of stuff. And then I talked to a friend who was in the French Navy, and she told me about the national service. So it's not, you have in Emirates national service. In France, we don't have it, but we have like contract of 1 year. So you can go in the army and you can have different work, and just to have a look of if you like it or not. So I did that. I go in the south of France, and I loved it. I was in the French Navy bases, and then I go 1 year on a boat to do the communication of the boat, for internal communication for the family, and then external communication to tell the people what we are doing on sea, because all the people think about French army are like soldier on the land, and like they have gun, and but we also have a lot of beautiful French Navy, and the sea boats were in sea. So this was the main part of the work, to communicate of what are we doing on the for the operation. And so after the year, and for the fun story, I didn't tell my parents that I applied in the military.
How did they perceive that?
Because they didn't know, like they work in they work in the luxury. They don't know anything about army, and so I applied. I know I was going to the army, and I said my parents, Dad, I go to the army, and he say okay, and he don't talk to me for the lunch, and then it passed. For the
But I'm sure he's very proud of you.
now he's showing a picture of me in uniform, like, oh, it's my daughter. Yeah. He wasn't saying that 2 years ago.
It's very interesting to see women in a uniform, especially in a military uniform. It's really inspiring.
Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So 1 year, and then for now I'm under contract, so I'm military for 4 years, and then I can go back in the civil, or I can go on in the military sector.
Amazing. So, what made her go into that is asking your friends, okay? Especially if you're someone who wants to explore the world and travel, then ask, and you might find opportunities. And it's great that you joined the French Armed Forces, which gives an opportunity to learn more about you. Now, I want to go and ask a question again to both of you. So, in order to work in the military or in the defense sector, I'm sure that you had to go through academic and formal training, okay? And how was it to be working alongside men in formal training? And did you feel that there was a difference in the way that they perceived or interacted with you? And were there any moments that surprised you? So this is an open question for both the colonel and the lieutenant, whoever wants to pick it up.
Okay, I think I'm just trying to remember after I graduated from the MBBS from Bahrain, and I decided to choose the military. They say to me like, okay, you can be an intern now until you finish your military training. And I don't know anything about what military training means. Suddenly, I saw myself in Khawla Military School, which was established in 1990, and they gave me that uniform, and I was wearing the uniform, and I don't know what will happen next. But I just would like to clarify, most of the people who's working in the Khawla Military School, 90% they are women, to be honest with you. But I remember that day, the director was a man, and he was really supporting. And it was really totally different environment than what I'm expecting. For example, first thing I need to do, I need to wake up early morning at maybe 3:30. And first thing I need to do, I need to clean my toilets, which I didn't do in all my
discipline.
No. And they said, you need to clean your toilet in 1 minute. If you are
bad timed.
if you didn't finish in 1 minute, you will run for maybe ما أعرف يعني maybe 3 كيلو in 1 minute.
Wow.
And if you are not able to do that also, you will run again and you will do push-up and sit-up. And I said, okay, oh my God, why I'm doing this and what put me in this situation? And I was really crying maybe for 8 months. And I'm sure most of the people who is joining the national service, they know what I'm talking about. And I felt like maybe this is the worst decision I was made in my life to join the military because I need to do all those things. But now at this age, I think this was the best thing happened to me because it's shifting my personality from person who was like depending on a lot of people to do a lot of things to him, but now I'm depending only about myself and make me more patient, and more confident also, and I can do whatever I want by myself. Regarding your questions, if I feel like there is a difference between men and women, I didn't feel that by myself, to be honest with you, because they are dealing with you not by gender, they deal with you by your qualification and your capability and your ability.
And your rank.
Yes, your rank, and also there was a lot of tests, academic tests and also, physical fitness tests. So if you are able to pass all those tests, you will have your rank automatically. It's not depending about your gender. And to be honest with you, most of the people who are supporting me in my journey from the military, they are men. And I would like to thank specifically Sheikh Ahmed bin Tahnoun. He's the one who's supporting me in my journey, and also General Mike Hindmarsh, who was working in Presidential Guard. They are the two people who I don't forget because they are the one who is taking my idea, and we convert all my idea related to the military to a real project in the military.
Can we have a round of applause, please? A round of applause for men who support women, because they deserve our respect. Thank you.
Yes.
Madenn, would you like to answer that?
Yeah, for my experience, like the formation is more detailed, but we always say like there is no, in the military, there is no woman, there is no guys, like we are all military, like we don't make a difference. If the work is done, the work is done. We will not check this detail.
Is it a man or a woman doing it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fine.
we don't do that, and and for sport, for example, it can be more difficult because sometimes you have to do work with a bag which is very strong, very, very big, and so women don't make. Women has to do the same that men, for sure. That don't do. I know it's too big. I will not take it.
We have some
That's
photos
me.
here.
So yeah, this is the uniform in the French Navy, and for the story, this is for fire, to protect from fire, because in a boat, the most important stuff to do is to the most menace.
They're all
Yeah.
French speaking here.
Sorry for my French. French people are not too well done in English, but yeah, it's for the fire protection. So I was saying that there is no difference, and we do a lot for women in the army. Like there is a reference in each unit. To if we have a problem, we know we can go talking to these people, because sometimes if you have a girl problem or other stuff, you don't arrange with some guy or is not nice to you or stuff like that. If there is one people, we take care of this, and we give the information to the people who will.
So you have like a sort of female support
Yes,
within the military
each
to
unit.
support females.
Each unit, and like I don't know, each trimester they meet together from each unit to communicate and to tell about the issue that they have, and we have also mentoring. So I don't know if we can have a guy which is mentoring girl, but we have girl who talk to older girl, who talk to younger, to tell them how to make the career, the issue, the family, how you plan to go up in the military system.
Amazing. And guys, I want to highlight the fact and the importance of having a mentor in your life. A mentor is usually someone who is more experienced than you in any field. So you're today at a young stage in your life where you need to have someone to look up to learn from, similar to what they're doing here in the military. It's very important to identify your mentors, and the best mentors can be your teachers as well. Okay, there are a lot of teachers here in Sorbonne that are amazing, that I still, whenever I see them, I go and hug them, like what I did with Madame Françoise. So these can be your mentors as well. So be aware, even alumni, people who have done it, like myself, graduated from Sorbonne, they can be your mentor and helping you on the way forward. Another thing that I would like to shift now back to you, Lieutenant Madenn. While I was talking to her, I learned that she stayed on a vessel for a very long time. And I was imagining myself, if I was on a cruise for 1 year, how would life be? But imagine being on a naval vessel for 1 year. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So
is this the boat that you were
this
staying?
This is the boat.
This is a home?
This is
Home?
home.
For 1 year?
It was my home for 1 year. So
Wow.
it's bit hard at the end of the year, because you're living a cut of the world. You don't have like
There's
Wi-Fi
no land?
or stuff like that. But it was really a good experience, because so this is I don't know if you can imagine, but it's like 199 meter long. Is the second boat, the biggest in the French Navy, and 64 meter above the water.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a big one. You can put, like, we are like 200 people, and we go up to 500 people in mission.
Wow.
Because we go with a soldier to get them to make a debarkment, so to get them on the land. So I was 1 year over this boat, and
What's the challenge of being on a boat for 1 year, and what excited you at the same time? Because it has to have its fun times and its not so
an
fun
hard
times.
time. Yes. The cool stuff is that you go, you visit city, visit country. Like we were in Norway, so we were in the Iceland, Lofoten, Iceland. So it was really beautiful. It was really cold also, but
Can imagine.
But it was really nice and a really good experience. But like we had, you do scale, so you visit country to go to the point when you do the exercise. It was an exercise with 25 nations, so it was really a good exercise. You work all the day. Like the boat will not put the anchor and stop working all day. There is people who wake up in the Navy, so it was really a difficult rhythm. And I forget the question.
So what was the challenging part, the fun part, and
the fun part? So
and
the
the
fun
not so
part
fun part
was this, but
no,
the
not so fun part.
the not fun part, the less fun part was you're living all the time with your colleagues. So imagine you are there 2 months. So you love your
You
friends,
become a family.
You love your colleague, but for one moment it will be difficult, and you learn to get people with the bad side and the good side, but you learn also about yourself, because everybody has a bad moment, and I think it's the most important things I learned of myself is to love my colleague, like whatever they are, whatever they want. I pass my time with my colleague. That if I didn't were in the Navy with them, they will not be my friends outside. So I think this is the most important thing, like human things and the human link you create to be like that.
Exactly. So in general, we don't choose our colleagues, we don't choose our even classmates, but you need to live with them. And I think what we learned from this experience that you've had is we need to be kind to one another, okay? Because we're in this together, and they're here on a boat for 1 year. You're in class with your colleagues, classmates. You're gonna work with them and make a family out of them. Be nice to one another.
Try to be 24 hours together or more.
Well, we live with our families,
I
so
think,
we're nice to our families.
In company, they do that. Like they do like a sport stuff to be in the hard and to to see the bad side of everybody, because when
Team
you're
building
difficult,
activities.
that's
Yeah,
it. But
that's right.
you don't have to go on the boat to to feel that with your colleague. But with team building or sports stuff, it's a bit the same, I think.
Thank you. So one thing, and I have photos of دكتورة موزة ترى صورتني. Okay, some photos of you in the military uniform. It's different to see someone in abaya and shell and then to see her in a military uniform. But huge respect to you, Dr. Mouza. What's interesting about Dr. Mouza that even if she was a physician and she joined the military, she did a career shift. So she moved from being a physician in the military to being a civilian and being an executive director in civilian. So, Dr. Mouza, how was this transition? And what values did you bring from the military world to the civilian world where you work with corporates, especially due to the fact that you moved from the military to working in Fatima bint Mubarak Sports Academy, actually making this happen, and then working in the United Nations. So I'm really interested to know more about this transition.
Sure, Rhoda. I think it's long story, and I didn't plan for most of it. You know, it happened by itself.
Organic.
So, yeah, I graduated as a physician, and I joined the military. And when I was lieutenant colonel, as I mentioned before, I have a master in sport medicine. So I was recognized as one of the first doctor in the Arab region with this specialty, especially sport medicine, because it's more for men more than women. This is why Sheikha Fatima, the mother of our nation, she chose me to be the director of Sheikha Fatima bint Mubarak Academy for only 1 year, to establish the academy and to choose the team. And it's led already by Sheikha Fatima bint Hazza now, and I was a board member there. And because I success in this project, Sheikha Fatima, she was sending me to United Nations to represent women, General Women Union, and talk about, you know, the achievement which was done by the UAE. And this was the first time for me to hear anything about UN. I know nothing about UN before that. I went to New York, and it was really an amazing experience for me. And I was thinking, like, what UN women mean? And I was, they talk about UN women in general, that they have a lot of objective. For example, I knew that they think about how to empower women economically, leadership, protecting women against violence, also increasing the number of women in peacekeeping, and also SDG 5, as everybody know. This is the objective of UN Women. And I was thinking how many, for example, office we have in the world as UN Women. And they said we have 3 kind of offices, like regional office, field office, and liaison office. And it was just an idea. I talked with my friend in a coffee shop, why we don't have a liaison office in the UAE? And suddenly, like maybe in less than 1 year, we have this idea to Sheikha Fatima, and she was having an order that let's start an office, liaison office here in the Abu Dhabi, and we call it for the GCC country. And I submit my paper, my CV, this position, and I was chosen as a director for the UN Women Liaison Office here in Abu Dhabi. This what make the shift from, you know, being a physician, an officer in the military, to be a director in UN Women. And I believe that sometimes we have a lot of plan, but also God will put you in different position for a purpose. And when I was thinking with myself about why this is happening to me, and if this is something good or not, I feel like a very important thing in our life is not to think about only ourselves. In college, we are thinking like, okay, what I will be. I will be a doctor, I will be an engineer, or working with the United Nations, I will be a soldier. But no, I think we need to think differently. We need to think where we will be and how can we be able to do something for others, helping different human beings. So sometimes I miss being a doctor in my small clinic in the military, but at the same time now I am proud that I'm working with the United Nations and international organization. This will give me more chance to support more women. And I think I will talk more about what we did in our office, which will support us to support more women in the globe.
Doctora, my question again. What characteristics did you take from the military and applied?
A lot, actually. يعني شوفي military you will learn to be patient and patient and patient.
الصبر.
Yes.
Patient.
And you know, most important also to respect your leadership and to be very loyal to your director. You know, if I'm in the military with the rank of lieutenant colonel, I need to be very loyal to the colonel above me and respect the chain of command. And this is something really I learned from the military. Also to be a discipline, you know, and this is very important. And I learned all those things from the military. And the leadership. The minute you are becoming an officer, even a lieutenant, this is the leadership position, and there is a lot of responsibility in you, and you need to teach everybody below you how to work, and it's like a huge risk and the leadership skills actually. The minute you become an officer, this is like a leadership position straight away.
I think we have some key takeaways from Dr. Mouza's talk now. Is we need to have discipline at work, and I can't emphasize of how important it is to also respect hierarchy, even at work in a corporate life. Okay, the best advice that I was given, and I always give also to new joiners, is align with your manager. Okay, alignment is very important because they can make your life easy or they can make your life hell. Well, I hope that you always get a good line manager who will be supporting you. الحمد لله. دكتورة موزة يعني ما شاء الله another thing that we should be thankful for is that our leadership, whenever they see talent, they give them more responsibilities to represent the country and the UAE. And this was done to you by Her Highness Sheikha Fatima bint Mubarak, Mother of the Nation, who we really look up to all the achievements and the support that she has given to women empowerment and development. And I've been reading a lot about, by the way, UAE's history, and you would be surprised to know that women empowerment didn't come from today. It was something that has been there since before the UAE, starting with Her Highness Sheikha Salama bint Bott al-Gibesi, the mother of Sheikh Zayed, who always supported women empowerment and also embedded this seed in her sons, the rulers of the UAE, Sheikh Shabut and Sheikh Zayed. So they understood the role and importance of women. Now back to my question, okay? I want to understand how you played a key role in making the UAE a hub for peace keeping, and how do you see women contributing towards that as well?
Yeah, I think, as I mentioned before, when I become like a director for UN Women, our AD from Zeli Blambushi was visiting us, and it was like just a journey between me and her in the car. We are moving from Sharjah to Abu Dhabi, and she was trying to know more about me. She didn't meet me before, and she said, "What's your qualification?" I said, "A doctor." And I said, "Okay, tell me more about yourself." I said, "I'm a colonel. I'm a lieutenant colonel." And she said, "Where did you graduate?" I said, "Khawla Military School." And she said, "Where's this school?" I said, "In Abu Dhabi." And during this 1 hour, she said, "I know that a lot of ladies in Sudan, South Sudan, they need to be trained. Is this possible?" I said to her, "Okay, we are meeting Sheikha Fatima in maybe 30 minutes, and you can discuss this with her." It was that simple. And we were with the Sheikha, and she was asking the Sheikha if we can bring women from South Sudan to be trained here in Khawla School. And I remember the Sheikha Fatima, she said, "Okay, Mouza, discuss this with Mofa and let me know what they think." In 3 months, more than 150 women came from 7 Arabic countries to UAE to be trained in Khawla Military School. And we signed an MOU between UN Women, Ministry of Defense, and also MOFA to work on this project. It was a pilot. This is why we start with Arab women. And it was really successful from the first cohort. I don't know if there's any picture. Yeah. This was the first cohort, and most of the ladies who was coming from this cohort, they met Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed. And from this picture, actually, we were able to convince the government to do more training in Khawla Military School. And until to date, we have like more than 570 women from more than 20 countries in Africa, Asia, and Arab region. They are trained in Khawla Military School. And I really would like to work more on this, because this is my passion, and I think this is what I mentioned before. Sometimes God put you in a situation to help others. So because I have a military background as a doctor also, I'm very happy to help other women in different regions to do something similar to us. And believe me, sometimes God put you in a situation to help a person in another area totally. And I would like to remember something also very important with catch my memory now. when I meet some of the girls in this project, you know, even if you will give them an orange, ما يعرفون البرتقال. يعني they don't know the orange. So there is, we need to say like we are very lucky that we are in this part of the world, and there's a lot of women there. They are really need our support, and this is why I would like to ask everybody here to think about himself, and at the same time to think about how we will be able to support any human being in the globe by doing something similar to this. And it's not that easy. Sometimes you will have a lot of challenges, but you know, I feel like you know, we need to keep, we need to be patient, and we need to be a fighter. We need to talk and talk and talk to convince the people who is responsible to do something similar to what we are doing with Khawla Military School. And I would like also to thank Sheikha Fatma, because she is really the leader of doing all those projects which is supporting the women internationally and also the local ladies who is in the country here.
Amazing. So I'm enjoying this conversation a lot, but I'm getting notifications that I need to wrap it up. Okay? But before I do that, I want to ask both my panelists to give a word of advice for anyone who's considering a career in the military or in the defense sector or any sector. Okay? So, word of advice. Let's start with Lieutenant Madenn.
Yes. I will say like the basic stuff, but like my story, don't hesitate to go and to do what you want to do, to fail, because if you don't like it, you will find other stuff. And I think when you failed, it's important because you know what you don't want to do. And this is the most important. And I'm younger, but when the most I'm growing up, the most I think this is the most important, and it makes me more confident with what I want to do.
So go out there, experience, try, learn, fail. It's okay to fail. Next, اللي بعده عادي, it's fine.
Best success story, they have failure in the story. Like
it's part
this
of
is
the
new
journey.
storytelling. I failed, and now look at where I am.
True. Victoria?
Yeah,
Word of
I
advice?
think it's similar. I think I have like 3P in my mind. You need to be patient, positive, productive. And the most important thing also, I was mentioning my story with Rawda, and I will try to say it very quickly. When I was 14, I was like a chess champion for 3 years. And I hate to fail. And after 3 years, I lost the game. And all the newspaper, it was about me. Mouza, she failed the champion. And from that day, can you imagine?
Traumatized you.
It traumatized me, and I didn't play chess from that day. And I regret this. And I think failure is just a step to success. So don't be afraid of to fail. It's very normal to fail. And don't be traumatized like me. Just keep playing chess if you are there. And even be flexible with yourself. Even if you are like qualified with a different degree, maybe you will be able to find a job which totally different than what your specialty. Just accept anything, because we need to learn, and lifelong learning actually journey. Thanks.
Can we have a round of applause, please? So we're very proud of these inspiring women. There are many women that are inspiring. It's just a matter of us looking, finding them out, and supporting them. Do I have time for questions?
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions to our panelists? Students, please speak up. لأن as you grow in this world, you notice that you need to speak up more, and to even if you wish that you want to say something, say it. There's no question. Amazing. The pioneer of asking questions.
Hi, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Good.
My name is Fatma. I'm a Sorbonne graduate, so I'm an alumni. I was actually already interested in joining this domain of work, but now since I've attended the talk, I'm even more encouraged and I feel more motivated to join it. And I want to ask, how is it possible to actually apply and join this field, especially as a woman? I searched so many times online, and I even asked my families if they know anyone or how I can apply, but I can't find anything. So
You're an Emirati, right?
Yeah.
So I think we are armed forces. دكتورة.
It's easy. I think you just need to call the headquarter القيادة العامة للقوات المسلحة أو التعليم الأكاديمي academic department and tell them, or maybe خولة school, I can help you on this. You just apply and maybe you need to have to finish the national service, and or if you have like a qualification, you can just join the 6-month training to be an officer.
By the way, I was asking دكتورة Mouza before we joined, is it يعني a guaranteed place for me if I wanted a job? And nowadays it's very hard to find a job. But you're in Sorbonne, so you're in good hands. But anyways, it's hard to find a job. But is the military or the armed forces a guaranteed job place if I want to find a job?
It's a guaranteed if you are medically fit and physically fit. It's very important to be physically fit. يعني ما يكون عند الواحد أمراض
رياضة
كثيرة ويكون physically fit and the body mass index يكون normal. You know, yeah. They refused me at the beginning because I'm short.
مشكلة. Not even in heels, دكتورة.
But this is why you need to be like, you need to be a fighter,
Okay. We have another question, Fatma. أشكرك. Alumni, شفت الالومناي? Sorbonne students, please. شوفوا الالومناي, they're asking questions. Now you need to ask questions as well as students.
I just want to ask, are all the positions available for us? Is it all physical, or is there also available, for example, like media or in the
anything? يعني إحنا عندنا 2 kind of job in the military. To be civilian with any kind of qualification, or if you want to wear the uniform, you need to have training in Khawla Military School.
And by the way, Lieutenant Madenn is in communications.
Yes, that's why I asked.
So in communications, and Colonel Dr. Mouza is in medical.
يعني في الجيش كل التخصصات. You can be an engineer, communication, graphic design, anything.
I think there is like more than 100 works in the army. There is all the work.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
حاضرين. Any more questions? Student إن شاء الله. Student? Alumni? Students, alumni are winning. Question. Can you have the microphone there? Thank you. Students, someone has to ask a question. Maybe Fatma al-Mareikhi would ask a question. No? She's my sister, by the way. She's also attending. Now she's تغشيتي شو.
I have a question related to the UN. I attended last year's UN Human Rights Council in Geneva thanks to an internship, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to further pursue a career in the UN, especially with women and peacekeeping. So what should be my next steps? Who should I be talking to?
توظيف recruitment.
توظيف يعتمد إذا UN ولا البعثة السفارة.
هاي الحرمة
يعني في you have 2 options. If you want to be like you're working with United Nations, there is like a link which will show you all the vacancies, either in the country or also globally. Okay. You just go there and search. If you أعتقد إحنا أعلنا عن B4 حق Women Peace and Security consultant, so either for UN you need to go online and to see the vacancies and to submit your paper. بس مثلا إذا تبين تشتغلين مع الخارجية موفى you need to go through
أنور قرقاش.
نعم.
بس أنا I want to directly work with the UN, not really go down to the
إذا directly مع اليو مثل ما قلت في vacancies عن طريق I think RC maybe
الحرمة هني عندك إياها.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll speak to her after.
Thank you. Okay. Yes. Students, I'm still waiting for questions from you guys as well.
Thank you very much.
Speak up.
I just want to compliment Dr. Mouza. My name is Sajid Ashowa, and I'm the head of the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UN-OCHA. The system needs young Emirati females and males now more than ever. I feel we need you all.
They're here. We just need to make the connection.
There are plenty of opportunities. As university students and as graduates, you can start with internships. Internships is a very valid opportunity that is available across UN agencies. And it gives you a real sense and a real flavor of whether this is something that you want to do or not. whether it's relevant to the picture you have in your mind, whether it's related to the images you got in mind from the news or from the wars or from any domain of work that the UN does. So start with internships. There are plenty of domains. Relief Web is one page normally that captures all the different openings, but there is plenty of channels on Instagram, on Twitter, particularly for the UAE with the resident coordinator's office that announces all these openings. So there are ways. There is the junior professional officers, and it's a program funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for young Emiratis to be embedded in the system.
It's only for Emiratis?
No, it's embedded. It's paid by member states for their national citizens in different countries around the world. It's a global agreement with the UN. But since we're in UAE today and we're speaking about this, so I'm reflecting on the JPO open only for Emirati nationals, and they can serve in any country where the UN is present, actually. But for that is a process through MOFA that needs to be done. Then there is the openings, and there are junior openings, there are senior openings, and for that you need to be a little bit humble with starting in the system from a junior post. I know everybody has the aspiration to become a director like Dr. Mouza, and she's a walking model. So if she could do it, all of you can do it. Inshallah, إذا الظروف بتكون and the conditions and the support are there. But the possibilities are there. Start with junior openings of P2. Don't be afraid of applying to P2s in the UN system or G or consultants. Just be humble about openings, and then you will grow in the system and start applying for P3s and P4s and directors and inshallah to become even Secretary General. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to highlight one thing as students by each. The Career Center at Sorbonne helps you a lot. I remember when I was a student, I got multiple job offers through Madame Sylvie and her team and her efforts. So connect with Madame Sylvie with the Career Center, and also Dr. Mouza will be working with Sylvie on getting her, more students who are interested to join this field. So leverage on what you have as students at Sorbonne, and I think I'm sure my first job was through Sorbonne. Okay, so yeah.
Companies, organizations. Among them, we have the UN organizations and the UNESCO coming especially for you from Paris.
Amazing. Thank you. Round of applause. تستاهل. It took a lot of effort. Thank you for that. We'll just take one more question and then I'm going to give the floor. Where is it? تفضلي.
Hello, I'm Amna. I'm a second year student at Sorbonne. And I have a question related to Khawla Military School. As a student, I'm not sure what I'm willing to do after university, but is there a possibility for students like my age who want to have like maybe a one course, like an experience in the military school, but I'm also a student, so I don't have like enough time for like a 1 year يعني دورة في المدرسة الخولة العسكرية.
أتذكر أنا مرة أعلنوا one they just I remember that there was like a short course in summer for anybody who would like to join the military, and I think maybe there will be another course will be in November. I just need to make sure about when it will be, but there's like a short training course to to go there and to see if this is like the right position for you or not. But if more people they would like to do this kind of training, I can open this topic with Sheikh Ahmed bin Tahnoun and to give more chance for student to join Khawla Military School either for 1 week or 2 weeks.
Yes, and maybe in different times where we are on vacation, because like November,
spring break, summer break.
Yeah,
we need to think about it and what will be the best time for you.
And where will I be able to like find updates about it?
Career Center.
يعني ممكن توصلوا للكارير سنتر أنا كان help بس.
Okay, thank
في
you.
نقطة مهمة يعني يمكن في أكثر البنات أو مثلا حتى الأولاد ما يعرفونها أن خولة there's two kind of training in خولة military school. If you want to join the military as a soldier, you can go anytime if you are fit, and you will be the soldier after 6 months of training. But if you are graduated, like for example, engineer or a doctor, you can do a 6-month training also, and you will be an officer straight away. Not everybody know this about this information. يعني ممكن أنت تكون go to training to be a soldier, like directly being a soldier, and if you are having also qualification, you can be an officer.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you were inspired as I was inspired by our fellow panelists. Thank you. Thank you so much.